Hello, hi. Hey, everybody. Happy day, happy life, happy journey. Woo! What a day. Oh, what a night. Let me tell you something. This retreat is on fire. It's really amazing. What a great week we're having here. We have Jennifer Hootie and Alex Moscow, who are just delightful and so brilliant. And they're bringing so much. And then we have Rythmia and the medicine and our team. Hey, Dorota, great to see you. Hey, everybody, thanks for streaming in. Welcome. This week has been so magical here. And I got to see some, like, what is really going on at Rythmia. Like, there was a huge download that, you know, there's the question out there, like, why do bad things happen to good people? Or why do bad things happen at all, right? If God is all there is, why do bad things happen, right? Like, God can stop that. And I just got really clear that, you know, we talk about the split here and the merger. Hey, Sheila, or Shelly, I'm sorry. Hi, Shelly and Colette and George. Right on. Great. 2 weeks for Shelly, 2 weeks for George. She's making a birthday cake for her son. Beautiful. Thank you. Happy birthday to him. What a great, actually, Dorota, it's your birthday. You gave birth. He just showed up. So bake a cake for him and then one for you too. All right. So what I was saying is I got really clear about the fact, you know, why are bad things happening in the world if God is all there is, or there's the spirit of love, if everything is love and everything is beauty, then why is there evil in the world, right? Well, that's not God. That's our own split unconscious and all of the guilt and shame that most of us don't even know we have, that's being projected out. It's the interaction between it's the interaction between our split unconscious projecting out and onto others our own guilt and shame. And that shows up in the world as rape and murder and war and pestilence and greed and all of that stuff, right? That doesn't look like love and beauty. But the truth is, there's only one thing happening, right? Only one thing happening. And so this is just, I got really ahead of myself. Messages from the mountain. That was like message 14. I got ahead. So let me tell you. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to do my Bill Clinton. I'm going to tell you something. Listening to this Facebook Live, that's a good idea. Let me tell you why. First of all, this boy went to the mountains this last weekend, got some real good insight. I'm going to tell you it's a good idea. Let me tell you why. I don't know. That was an okay Bill Clinton, but I can do better. Hi, everybody. I hope you're hanging in there with me. So I went to Monteverde, which is this beautiful mountain range in Costa Rica. And it doesn't snow, but it's cold, right? It's much colder than where we are now. And there's, you know, cedar trees and pines, and you're up in the mountains and you look down over the Nicoya Bay. So you're in the mountains and you see the ocean and then the mountains behind, because it's a bay, right? It's just stunning and fresh. And I found this little cabin hanging on the side of a cliff, and I just went up there and meditated for 2 days with my dog Paco. It was pretty freaking amazing. And I got all these beautiful insights, and I wanted to share some with you. All right, so let me get some shout outs. Michael Stewart, hey brother. Tanya, hello. Dorota, right? Shelly, he just showed up. Her son showed up. She actually gave birth, right? So it's his appearance day and her birthday. Okay, so I went up to the mountains, and here's what I heard. I heard that there's one principle that really helped me understand. It's like I knew the principle. You guys know this, but somehow, sometimes we hear it differently or deeper. It's like poetry. These spiritual principles, these spiritual truths are like poetry. They're really condensed they're really condensed, and it takes a lot to unpack them. And so, principle, that which is true, that which is real, that which is eternal, which is God, is unchanging. And yet it is dynamic, not stagnant. That's a principle. That which is true, that which is real, that which is eternal is unchanging. That's God. And it's not stagnant, it's dynamic. So, okay, cool, that's a good principle. Then I remembered, I've quoted this so many times to you guys about the first law of thermodynamics. Rick, what's up, homie? Can't stand long, but I thank you, Rick. All right, but you should check back, brother, because this is going to be a good one. So let me get to it. So I've been quoting the first law of thermodynamics to you guys, and I had a whole revelation about how I was wrong. I was wrong. So first law of thermodynamics, energy is neither created nor destroyed, but transferred or conveyed into various forms. I was like, wow, that sounds a lot like the beginning. I am the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega, without birth and without death. Oh, that's God, right? Energy, God, right? That's what I was thinking. Oh, quantum physics tells us everything is vibration and energy. Everything is frequency and vibration. So, energy is God. Whoa. Then I went back to principle. That which is true, that which is real, that which is eternal is unchanging. It's not stagnant, it's dynamic, but it's unchanging. Energy, by definition, if it can be transferred or conveyed into various forms, it's changing, not God. Whoa, okay, I've been quoting that for a long time. That was an access point for me to spirituality, because I am so analytical, so in my head, right, that I began to use the first law of thermodynamics and Einstein's special theory of relativity as a means to understanding some connection to the divine. Okay, if energy is neither created nor destroyed, that must be some aspect of God, right? And Einstein's special theory of relativity, E equals mc squared, energy equals matter through time, through the constant of the speed of light, right? Then energy and matter are on the different sides of an equation. So all energy is just slowed, stored, all energy is slowed, stored. All matter is just slowed, stored energy, right? So I use those two scientific principles to get my mind into understanding something about God. And guess what? I was wrong. I was wrong. I said that should be a country song. I was wrong. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm going to write a country song. Who's going to help me write a country song on that one? So because the definition is energy is not it. And so this is the next thing I got was, hey, Sierra, Rick's like, what? I know, boo. And then Sierra says, I had a similar thought process, which, it was an incremental step. However, revolution and revelation is not about incremental steps. It's not about the left turn at Albuquerque that I took, as Bugs Bunny would say. Do you remember that? Oh, I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, right? The left turn at Albuquerque that Bugs took was thinking that, I have this trouble thinking about God, and I'm going to use this scientific principle to walk me in little by little to an understanding of God, or understanding of spirit, or understanding of that which is eternal, that which is true, that which is real. And what I saw was transformation is a revolution and a revelation, not just incremental changes to my existing BS belief systems, right? So spirit isn't asking us to, modify slightly the way we're looking at things. Spirit is asking us to come on over to God's view. And God's eyes are too pure to perceive inequity. Whew. God's eyes are too pure to perceive inequity. Meaning that in this dream, right? Because if that which is true and that which is real, that which is true and that which is eternal is unchanging, then we ain't it. I mean, there's a part of it in us, but everything that we see that changes isn't the thing itself. And so this idea that we get to choose, we get to constantly choose between this illusion of our bodies, because there's something in us that is true and real and unchanging. There is that part of us that is never hurt, harmed, or endangered. It's the observer. It's that thing that's watching the watcher, that thing that we talk about when we remove, if we close our eyes and we start removing who we are, our thoughts, our ideas about gender, our identity, our sibling order, our position in the family, our economic situation, our education, a place that we live, where we were born, our gender. I start removing all of that, our education, all of our identities, start removing. Where do you get to? Who's doing the removing? You get to a point where it's like you take up all this stuff and then there's still something there. That's the eternal. That's the real that's in us, right? So there's something true and real and eternal within us, but our bodies aren't it. And the mountain isn't it. And energy isn't it, because those things all change. And the principle is that which is true, that which is real, that which is eternal is unchanging. Whew. So we get to choose between God's view, the view from the eternal, or our ever-changing ephemeral thoughts and beliefs and experiences, right? And it's a constant choice. Let me see if I can find that. This journal, baby. Woo, it was a good couple of days. Yeah, here it is. 1 second. Stick with me. Yep. We must learn that the seemingly separate mind must choose between the changeless and the eternal reality of spirit, which is God and his kingdom, or the unreal and ever-changing universe of bodies. So we get to choose between what's real, that which is eternal, God and his kingdom, God and its kingdom, the spiritual realm of the ever-expanding good, heaven, or we get to choose between the unreal and ever-changing universe of bodies, which includes anything that can be perceived, whether you appear to be in a body or not. This is from a book called the Disappearance of the Universe. Really cool book, right? So the choice is, we get to choose between what's real, true, and unchanging, or an ever-changing ephemeral experience, which is anything that can be perceived. And yet we're not supposed to deny this experience. We're supposed to enjoy it. We're supposed to live it, enjoy it. We can have relatively normal lives and be spiritual and work on our expression of life and being and our expansion to a deeper understanding of our oneness with God, because that's all that it's about. That's the whole thing. Deeper understanding of oneness. You know, if we understood oneness like the great masters, like Jesus and Buddha, right? If we understood oneness like Jesus, we too could calm the seas and raise the dead and heal the sick and make many out of few, right? We could make, that's understanding oneness. Understanding is undividedness to such a degree that oneness caused things to happen because it was happening from the cause, not the effect. We're living in effect. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go back and say hi to everybody. Let's see. Dorota, thank you. Shelly, Greg Morales. Oh, it's Greg. Hey, Janice, thank you. I love you all. Rick, I guess maybe it's within the black hole where matter and time are no more. That's a good one. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Thank you. You truly rock too, Suzanne. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that was message one. We're about 14 minutes in. Message one. How about message two? You belong. Whoa. I didn't realize that I didn't think I belonged. I didn't think I belonged all my life. I mean, I love my family. They love me. I never felt like I belonged. I was the youngest and they were all way older than me. And I looked different than they do. Like people were like, oh, were you adopted? Like, I know I came from my mother's womb. I know that for sure. Because she was like almost 50 when she had me. And they thought she was going through menopause. And then they told her she was 5 months pregnant. So I'm pretty sure that I was not adopted. But I don't look like them. And I never really, as a gay man, never really identified with the LGBTQ community. I didn't really identify with like men. like my brothers who are like in fraternities and like, you know, and we would go hunting and stuff like that. And I'm the only gay man that I know that can field dress a deer, bitch. Okay. So, but I didn't identify with the hunters. I didn't identify with the fraternity boys. Well, on occasion, but I didn't identify with my sisters. I didn't identify with the girls, right? I never felt like I belonged. But that's not the truth. That was just a limiting belief. The truth is, everywhere I went, I was greeted with love. People were like, come on. But I was withdrawing myself because of my own belief, a self-fulfilling prophecy. But here, you belong. I belong. We belong. Does that resonate with you? We belong. Shelly, I can dress a deer too. Go on, girl. Or girl. So we belong. This seeming sense of separation from the divine and from the eternal source within us is the cause of anything unlike love and beauty and harmony and strength that in our lives and in the world. The whole cause of any discord, any upset, any illness, any addiction, any disease, any expression of fear, doubt, worry, lack, not enoughness is a sense of not belonging to God, a sense of not belonging to oneness, not recognizing our undivided nature from the eternal. That's the truth of who we are. So this sense of separation is an interaction. That's what I was talking with earlier. It's the interaction within our split unconscious. Why do bad things happen to good people? It's not the wrath of God or some punitive personification. I'm reading from my journal. Some punitive personification of our own split unconscious. The only goal is oneness. And the only way home is forgiveness. Whoa. So seeing with the eyes of God is seeing everyone as innocent, even if they've perpetrated a horrendous sin, a horrendous transgression. Does that mean that we're doormats? Okay, I'm still working through this. I'm just coming to this awareness, and I'm sure other people have already had this awareness, but I'm just coming to it. So I'm going to share with you where I'm at. Well, no, we're not doormats. No, we don't let people abuse us or harm us. Yes, we stand up for injustice, right? We're not being spiritual and being aware of our oneness and being aware of the illusion of anything that's changing doesn't mean that we just allow stuff to happen to us. We stand up for ourselves. We defend ourselves. We don't allow people to hurt us, right? But bad things happen because of our own sense of separation that we then project onto others. And forgiveness is the way home. So forgiving doesn't mean condoning. Forgiving doesn't mean consenting. I can forgive someone for what they did in the illusion because really I'm never harmed or hurt. This body may be, but that's not real. Jesus understood that. He was like, crucify me, whatever. I don't know if he really said that, but in essence, he was like, do it. I'll just roll the tombstone back because I'm not the body and I know it, right? I'm not even here. So, but forgiveness, he was the one that said, I forgive them for they know not what they do. Forgive them for they know not what they do. If we knew what we were doing, we wouldn't have done it. So we can forgive ourselves and we forgive others. We can forgive ourselves and we can forgive others because it was all done out of ignorance. It was all done out of ignorance, a state of unawareness. If we see with the eyes of God, we see everybody as innocent. Now, am I there? No. No, I ain't. But we don't have to all get there at once, right? But that's the advanced forgiveness that we've got to get to in order to realize our oneness. The only way we can realize oneness is through forgiveness. The only way we can realize our oneness with the source of all of life is through forgiving ourselves and others, forgiving ourselves for the boatload of shame and guilt and self-hatred and toxic disgust that we project onto other people and then blame them for, right? Okay, we're almost at 20 minutes. I got some more messages, but maybe that means that I need to do this for next week too. I got more messages for next week. Last thing regarding our advanced forgiveness that anything that was done out of ignorance. This is from the Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles. A sense of separation from God is the only lack we need really correct. Get that? That was so profound to me when I read that from the Course in Miracles. A sense of separation from God is the only lack we really need to correct. The only thing we're really lacking is a sense of separation, is our sense of separation from God. The only thing we're really lacking is our oneness with God, the realization of our oneness with God. Our sense of separation is the only lack that we need correct. Correct that, and all else shall be rendered unto you. That was another Jesus saying, I'm telling you, Yeshua ben Joseph, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. That's the messages from the mountain for this week. I'm so grateful for you all tuning in. You guys are amazing. I'm so grateful. I love you, Dorota, and your beautiful message always. Shelly, kiss you in 2 weeks. Rick, you're awesome. Zachary, thanks. Tara Lee, thank you, thank you, thank you. Debbie, woo. I'm so glad you're here. Suzanne's coming in 2 weeks too. Thank you guys. Greg, Sierra, much love. Michael Stewart, much love, many blessings. We'll see you soon. Ciao.